how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, but you can't get in my crew. Me, XL and Hoover, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I got the juice. Whip game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing so.
I don't wanna see you while you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, I still spin inside your orbit. Yeah. You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, put me on where you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, put me on where you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, I wanna leave. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. I wanna see you while you fall apart. Even though you told me to get back your heart, still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, put me on where you understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, I wanna leave. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away. Cause I don't wanna walk away.
Real love, now I see you. Yeah, you know I do, to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show. Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me. You're just afraid to say real love. Now I see you, and I'll make it through to find the life that we once had. I see it now, I feel it now. Real love, now I see you, yeah, you know I do, to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another night of collegiate Valorant action here with CF1. I'm Beanies, joined alongside my buddy, my partner, Speezy24, and we have yet another night of fantastic college Valorant action. And tonight, Speezy, we're bringing you guys two titans in this league right now. It's Rutgers taking on University of Houston Premier, both of which are tied in Group 3. This match is going to decide who's number one going into this weekend.
Yeah, this is going to be a super exciting matchup between Rutgers University and University of Houston Premier. Like you said, both of these teams tied at the top of the table. Both will be advancing into this weekend. However, Rutgers University dropped the map to Seneca, so right now they are kind of playing from behind and really need to win this series to have the first place seeding moving into this weekend. So a lot on the line here, but not only for the players, but for members of the broadcast as well. Beans, you're a former alumni of Rutgers University, and our producer Lawrence is a current student at University of Houston. So a little bit of bragging rights on the line for you guys as well. I know you want to see your respective schools do well.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't complain if I saw the Scarlet Knights pull out the victory, but, you know, as a caster, I'm going to remain unbiased. Got to make sure University of Houston gets their fair share of the love, and they have been well deserving of it so far here with CF1. As we take a look at their stats for just a brief moment, I have it pulled up over here. It's been absolute mayhem here for University of Houston Premier. Just going down the list with their KD, starting off with Adam Solomon, topping the leaderboard here for them with a 1.86 KD on Phoenix and a 1.36 KD on Reyna. So definitely a player to watch out for here on University of Houston, an entry fragger in their own right. But we should also look over to the side of the Scarlet Knights as they have their own entry fragger showing up big tonight. Wrecked coming in on the Phoenix with a 1.12 KD. He's been a stellar performer in their matches so far here in CF1.
Absolutely. And another player I want to take a look at from the Scarlet Knights is going to be Lamp. Lamp on that Cypher is averaging a 1.21 KD and also almost a 200 average combat score. So really looking for them to step up big. And another thing we want to point out is the average economy on both of these sides. Right now, we're hovering in the mid 50s on the side of Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and on University of Houston, we have an economy that's all over the place. Some people in the high 80s, some in the mid 50s. So really looking to see what these team strategies are moving into when it comes to buy rounds. Are they going to force a lot? Are we going to see a lot of aggressive Valorant play? I know the first map that we're going to be on is Ascent, and we've cast Ascent before. We've played it many times before. Anything goes on this map. So really looking forward to see what these teams are going to bring. But speaking of things that have been brought to us, with a new day brings a new patch. Patch 1.11 has been rolled out to us again, this time without the Sage bug. So unfortunately, we will not be walking into Omen smokes and seeing Sage's beautiful textures all over the place. But with that brings a number of changes. So the Sentinels of Cypher and Killjoy got huge hits when it comes to how they're going to be played. Cypher's trapwire is now disabled and revealed upon his death. So no longer on the attacking side, if you have a Cypher, can you throw that tripwire and just hope for the best, hope somebody from the rotation catches or walks into that. So that's going to be a big change. But also Killjoy, the turret is now deactivated when you are less than 40 meters away. So we're going to see these Sentinels hold on to their sights and not rotate as quickly. We're looking to see if they're probably going to be looking to see if they can get the bomb down, or if the spike falls out of somebody's hands, then we'll see those rotations. But not going to be looking to see these crazy early rotations like we have been in the past, and letting the utility do the rest of the work on the opposite site.
Yeah, and to the point you brought up with Cypher specifically here, it's going to change how people are going to play this agent, because you need to make sure that you're surviving through the rounds. It's already been enforced that Cypher players, Sage players, Killjoy players, these are the ones that are usually passively staying around in the backside, keeping themselves alive so they have the utility available at all times. Well, now that's going to be even more important, because with that tripwire going down, as well as your spy camera going down, once you are eliminated, that's going to change things up drastically. That opens up so many different avenues of attack. And honestly, it turns Cypher into such a priority target, because the second that you drop a Cypher, that bomb site is cleared up for you to take down.
It absolutely is. So expect to see a lot more passive play from these teams tonight. And one other big change, as if the flashbangs were not bad enough, Breach's full flash goes from 1.75 seconds to 2 seconds. So it sounds like a minor change, but when you're in the midst of a gunfight, it's going to make the world of a difference. Keep in mind, Sky, the new agent, not active, nor is Icebox. We will not be seeing either of those in competitive play until later in November, following the first strike rules with that. So it's going to be an interesting match tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. Again, going back to the economy really quick, there was also a change to the economy. You will now receive less money if members of your team save and the spike does not go down. So one thing that you're used to seeing in CSGO is a team looking for, if the opposing team is going for that save round, let the round play out and then hunt for that kill, because after that you have 6 seconds to hunt for that kill, and I think it's only 13 or 1,200 credits that they'll receive afterwards. So that's going to be a pretty big change, and if these teams can manage the economy very well, it's going to be the world of a difference tonight.
Oh yeah, economy always an important player in the games, but tonight even more so. And as we have just a few moments while the lobbies are getting set up here, we can take a dive into the history of Ascent for these two teams. We've had only one map played for both of them, and their stats are pretty similar in those situations. But one thing to point out here is Koi from University of Houston. This player on the Phoenix, we mentioned how not only did Rutgers have a stellar Phoenix player, but it should be mentioned Koi's stellar play on Phoenix and Raze. With taking a look here on Raze, has had an average combat score of 389, an average KD of 3. I mean, you got to assume that's only been one game played so far, but if it's multiple, those stats are just absolutely spectacular there. and Koi has earned the right to be a player to watch out for here, especially on the last time University of Houston played Ascent. Koi was their top fragger, bringing in a 24-13 KD, a 295 combat score, and an econ rating of 70. So definitely going to see if he can replicate this play here. And, you know, looking at this lineup here, Speezy, I want to get your thoughts real quick. We saw the last time that they played this map, it was against Seneca. And they, University of Houston decided to run with a Phoenix, Reyna, Omen, Cypher, and Sova. So now that we've had the opportunity to change ourselves into a new patch, do you see that lineup having any changes come into it? And if so, where do you think the changes are coming?
It's a great question, Beanies. You know, the only thing I could see really changing with this is maybe swapping out that Reyna for the Breach. You know, we've seen these changes for Breach now with the 3 smokes, or excuse me, with the 3 flashbangs. So I could see that as a change, although I don't think it would be particularly the best change. That would be the only real thing I think we could see out of here. Sova still in a very strong position. They have that recon arrow. There's so many ways to use the recon arrow on Ascent. My personal favorite on that B site, bank it off that sidewall, lands right into B lobby, and you get all the intel you need. So with these patch notes, I don't think it's going to bring too much of a difference in terms of team comps. That Cypher is definitely going to be there. I mean, I'm biased. I want to see a Viper. Probably not going to happen
You always
tonight.
want to see a Viper, though, man.
Everybody wants to see a Viper. It's the best character in the game. She's underrated. She needs another buff. I don't know what they could do to her, but we'll give it to her. You know, make that toxic pit, the Viper's pit, a little bit longer. As we get loaded into the game, we get these wonderful fly-throughs of Ascent. The production quality on this cast is going to be through the roof, as is the gameplay. Beanies, I'm ready. I know who I'm taking in this match. I'm pretty sure I know who you're taking in this match, but boy, oh boy, can we get a quick prediction?
Yeah, so we got a best of 3 here loading up, and I think map 1 being Ascent, and looking at it, I believe that this was Rutgers' pick. And, you know, with that considered, I think I want to go with Rutgers. I think I'm going to go with them. But that's not really surprising in the least coming from me. So, Speezy, who are you picking? But I think I know who it's going to be as well.
I'm going to stay neutral for the time being, but I am going to say I want to see 3 maps. I want to see 3 maps. That's all I want. If we can see 3 maps, I think that both these teams will have to pull out something special, and that's really what I'm waiting for. If we see them run the standard, you know, Phoenix, Reyna, Omen, Sova every single map, it's not going to be the best. So who's going to be diving into their pockets and taking that pocket pick to the next level? But as we said, Beans, I just want to say something real quick. I know it's on the other side, but Breach coming out for the side of Rutgers. Do I have a 5-head or do I have a 5-head?
Yeah, that's going to be best actually coming in with the Breach, the elder statesman of the Rutgers lineup, the age before beauty player of the Rutgers lineup. He has always been a member of various Rutgers University teams, and I had the pleasure of living with him for a little while. So shout out to Best here as he's pulling out the Breach with 2-second flashes now. That character is going to be a menace to deal with, and it really makes it difficult to look through these long sight lines that you get on the main area of Ascent.
Absolutely, as we have both teams kind of just feeling each other out at the moment. Nothing too crazy going on. Cypher camera is going to be shot down immediately in the recon drone. That's going to be a decent bit of information, spotting the Omen of UH Premier. Senti finds another one, so that's going to signal a slight bit of a rotation here. Let's see what the game plan is, Beans. I definitely think it's going to be a much slower game. Like I said earlier, with these Cypher changes and the Sentinel changes, teams are going to slow it down, play for picks, and it's not just going to be balls to the wall. But as I say that, Best gets traded out 1-for-1, so it's still a 4v4. Adam Soliman, this is just UH Premier pouncing once they find that opening.
Yeah, UH Premier getting an opening pick. They did, in fact, win the trades, going 2-for-1 overall before the bomb gets planted, so it's going to be a good opportunity for them to control the site here. Now, considering that they did lose their Omen, they don't have any smokes available to them, so it's going to be dependent a lot on controlling these short angles. But Adam Solomon going to be getting a nice 2-piece there on the Reyna. Not the kind of character you want getting an early lead here in the game. And with Senti being the only member left standing here for Rutgers University, UH Premier is poised and ready to take this first round, and they do so with style.
Yeah, very clean round from UH Premier. McCoy right there, getting it started with the hot hands and 2 frags, but Adam Soliman really going off on that Reyna. You found the 2-piece with a little bit of gravy on the side and found a third earlier in the round, so very well done. And this is a force buy. We saw this last week. I believe it was Alden S. from Ryerson University go for the second round buy. Look at the Vandal and full shields on Adam Soliman. I hope he has been warming up in the practice range or in solo queue, because if you lose this weapon, all hell's going to break loose.
Yeah, and you gotta remember that Reyna is going to have the luxury of capitalizing on her own kills. When she gets a soul orb up from eliminating an opponent, she can fully heal herself off the rip, and that's going to be so crucial in the second round when none of your opponents have any kind of fully automatic weapons. But Eric Appleson is going to steal the show there with a pistol, taking down 2 members there, and then Lamp trying to replicate that same kind of magic, but unfortunately, a classic isn't going to do just that. And the bomb gets planted here for UH Premier with only 1 member left standing here. Justin is going to have a tumultuous task ahead of him. And he's going to try starting with 1 elimination, so you know what? You take what you get here, Speezy. You just got to get whatever kills you can before you get dropped, and there it is, Justin. Getting dropped finally. UH Premier taking that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Justin doing a bit of economic damage right there. Not too crazy, but Eric Appleson, what was that? Bess and Wreck tried to double peek into into T-spawn and just got absolutely shut down. I mean, you can't ask for much more. Jet dashes up, she uses the updraft and takes a different angle, and Bess just swings wide, but Appleson stays calm, finds the 2 taps on both of them. That's gonna be the tail of this. The shots look extremely hot so far for UH Premier, but first gun round, here we go. See what's going on. Oh, Wrecked finds one, gets out, able to stay alive. That's a beautiful shot from Wrecked. Just letting Eric Appleson know, hey, you know, I let it happen that first time, but not again.
Speezy, what operator nerfs? I mean, when you consider it, a Vandal can do the exact same job an operator can as long as you have the right kind of aim. And we saw Wrecked right there pull it out, the 1-tap dash away. Very nicely done. And after that early pick here, you can see UH Premier is going to be a lot more cautious with how they move. And that cautious movement is going to pay dividends there. Adam picking up an early elimination for this push with A-Site being the location here. Rutgers doesn't spawn in time. And now spraying to the smoke. There's going to be 2 kills, 3 kills coming out from the Scarlet Knights. As UH Premier fighting on the point, it turns out to be Limon Wei actually getting that elimination there. And with being the only member left here for UH Premier, Speezy, it's going to be a 2 versus 1 that I see is very, very doable.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, and Limon Wei checking the common spots right now. That area behind triple grabs. Oh, grabs the Vandal. There's hope in this round. We can just get that door open and move out the way. As a smoke in 2 seconds, he's got the smoke now. Can he make it work to get out? This could be Limon Wei's great escape, but look at the clock. 13 seconds left. Gonna have to get the
10
spike
seconds
planted.
left.
Might try and just hold on to this gun, but Senti says no, shuts it down. And I want to give a huge shout out to Best on that round on the breach, staying alive, beautiful movement on that A site, and was able to hold it down extremely well. Found the 1 player through the who got caught in the Cypher trap wire, but also tagged Adam Soliman. 1 little dink to the head was all he needed as his teammate cleaned up the rest. So very well done from Best to stay alive, because it's a lot easier to retake his 5 than to try and hold his 1.
Exactly that. You got to make sure you cut your losses when you can. Minimize your losses at the moment to maximize your gains later on. And now Rutgers is hoping to maximize those gains off of 1 round victory. But being the 3rd round after UH Premier had a stellar opening, both teams are going to be sitting pretty on economy. But Wrecked starting off the round yet again with a first blood. That's 2 straight first bloods there for the Jet player from the Scarlet Knights. Gonna see if this can propel them to another round victory, but UH Premier is yet again taking it nice and slow here, Speezy. They don't even have the bomb in possession yet because they're just purely scouting out their opponents.
Yeah, just really looking to find a pick, but Wrecked, we talked about his Phoenix earlier in the day, haven't really mentioned much of his Jet. If they can find an operator on this map and really get it going, since this map has so many long sight lines, especially on the defensive side, Wrecked can go to town. But I mean, when you're hitting 1-taps like this, who needs the operator?
I mean, if you want me to be honest right now, in a little candid moment, I do. I miss the
Yeah,
operator.
I do too.
I miss
Yeah,
the old operator. But
Oh,
we can talk about that another time because.
Oh, look at this crossfire.
Oh, look at that! It's gonna be
Through the
straight
cage.
through the smoke. My gosh, wrecked yet again, getting an elimination there, and it's gonna be a 4v3 with UH Premier still deciding on B side as their bomb site of choice. And with only one member standing on the physical side itself, Senti is going to be facing off against an entire army. He's going to lose that
10
duel.
seconds left.
Yeah, and Senti was able to find 3 with that recon drone, or with that recon dart, so giving his team all the information they need. Now it's just a matter of putting that to work as the run it back was popped and blasted from Wrecked. 3-on-3 still. This is a very even, it's still anyone's round. There's plenty of time left with defense. Oh, what a shot from Lamp! What a did you? I didn't even see his head.
I didn't even see his head either. Oh my god, that was incredible, Lamp. You absolute monster. And that's going to be a second round victory here for Rutgers, tying us up, Speezy.
I think that's the Reaver Vandal buff. Everyone talks about the Prime Vandal buff, but the Reaver Vandal buff seems to be real because between Wrecked and Lamp, jeez, those are just disgusting shots.
It's the power of beta gameplay, you know what I'm talking about, buddy. But
let's take a look at the economies here. We're gonna see a bit of an eco from both teams. Best gonna hold on to that Vandal, as are Justin and Senti, but a Bucky comes out from Lamp and a Sheriff for Wrecked. Interesting buy. Either team wins this one and the opposite team will be in a very almost economic downfall, if you will, but Wrecked gonna pop the Blade Storm. Can you make it work? Justin gonna give him the paranoia. They know there's a player here. One updraft. Oh, and not able to find a second one with the Blade Storm, but Justin through the wall just fragged right on the Koi. The Bucky goes to work and Best does the rest. That's an extremely aggressive round from Rutgers.
that was absolutely ridiculous. I love seeing the Bucky show up whenever it can be brought into the limelight, even though it was only one elimination in the one location that you would expect a Bucky to be. I respect it nonetheless, man. Good choice, and I hope he's going to stick with it this round. If he does, I'm going to be a very happy camper here.
I'm a very happy camper, and you know why, Beans?
Yes.
Tell me why. Give me that info.
Because Senti has the big boomstick. He's bringing out the operator. Can they make it work? This is a very, very costly investment, and especially to be in the hands of the Sova, right? Traditionally, we're going to see this in the hands of the Jet. Take a peek, dash, tailwind away if you get shot, or if you even attempt to get tagged. But Senti here, can they hold this angle? It's an ambitious angle. Sees the hand, gets
Oh no!
line.
Oh no! He missed the doorway! He missed the doorway! He walked right into a wall, and that's gonna cost him his operator. But Lamp, his teammate, picks it up for the time being, and Best covering their rear ends for the time being, and then using that ultimate, going to be keeping his opponents at bay, if only for a time being, as Breach is able to just control the area so much. The ultimate threatening the knockups, the stun threatening coming in from your E. You have Rex showing up around the backside and getting a kill as well. The Scarlet Knights are just trying to suffocate their opponents, and the operator might be paying dividends here. You know what? Not might. Screw it. It fully is paying dividends right there. Lamp picking up a 3-piece there, finishing off with the operator.
Yeah, Lamp had 1 HP and a huge dream right there. Started with the Bucky, upgraded all the way to the operator. Very well done. I mean, if you're Rutgers right now, are you giving that operator back to Lamp, or are you letting, back to Lamp, or are you giving it to Senti, who lost it in the first place?
I mean, it looks like they're giving it back to Senti. Lamp's a better gentleman than you and I think, because
Absolutely.
Lamp was absolutely demolishing with that operator. But now UH Premier, having dealt with that operator for the time being, they have not picked up a round victory in the last 4 rounds. They're hoping to change their fortunes this time around. They do have 2 ultimates in their back pocket as well. They do have that Reyna ultimate, which is going to provide some very much needed attack speed, as well as the invisibility cannot be understated with the outplay potential. And then you have the Cypher ultimate as well. All you need is to find one pick, and then that's the go button. But unfortunately, oh, never mind, unfortunately, it's going to be trade out 1 for 1, but then just like that, 2 more picks coming up from the Scarlet Knights, and this defense is trying to hold down the little rock solid. But then they find a little opening here as Limon Wei is going to try and take control of B site. He's going to be left all alone here with every member of the Scarlet Knights trying to show up and respond in tow.
No way he gets out with this Vandal. There's no way he gets out with this Vandal. What? Oh, yeah. Lamp's going to play for Team Shut It Down. And I want to talk about the cam from Lamp. You can see it on the minimap there, top middle. That is a huge camera from Lamp. It was able to spot out the mid push that UH Premier was trying to establish there and really just lock down mid control. We saw Justin. They spotted, I think, 3 players, and they knew another 2 were in B main. So that allowed Justin, the A player, to rotate over all the way through. That's going to be B main. And just destroyed 2 players. So very well done. Is this an even? This is gonna be an A hit. A extremely quick A hit.
Can't be that quick because it gets slowed down by paranoia. But then Rekt actually just running into them face first is going to be dropped. Scarlet Knights responding with 2, and this incredibly aggressive defense here from the Scarlet Knights ultimately isn't looking to pay off too much here because it is going to be 2 for 2 trade. 2 versus 2 left here on the map, and that's going to leave open B site for Houston to make their way over to, and Limon Wei is just booking it over there. And oh, Senti picking off Adam in that transition, leaving just a 1 versus 2 here, but Houston, off the back of their Omen, is still sitting tough in this game, and ooh, that spray got a little tap there on the Silva for the Scarlet Knights, so going to be planting a spike here with a little bit of a health disparity on that Soba, but still a 2v1.
Yeah, and a very, very good job from Senti to stay patient, wait for his teammate to get there so they can make the trade. The recon drone's going to come out. Limon Wei is going to say screw the drone and push Senti, but Senti with that Sheriff finds the tap of the head, and Limon Wei is going to fall for, what's that, 6 straight now from Rutgers?
Yeah, 6 straight round wins from Rutgers now. That's incredible. UH starting off so well here with 2 straight round wins out the gate, but then the Scarlet Knights not dropping a single round for the last 6. So this game has proven to be very streaky for both teams, and we'll have to see if the UH Premier can flip their fortunes back in their favor. And it's going to start with looking at the scoreboard here. You can see Wing has yet to find his first elimination. They're still able to provide some useful intel to his team thanks to the agent choice of Sova. Still, you gotta find that individual performance pickup from everybody on your roster, because even if your team plays solid, if you're not landing your shots, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, absolutely. Wing doing their best Krispy Kreme application right now, rocking that donut. So, Wing, we're looking at you to get it going. Can you bring UH Premier back in this game? There goes that recon drone doing the best for his team. And, you know, like in traditional sports, right? When you're not feeling it, you're not having the best day, you got to get your teammates going. So props to Wing for hopefully staying positive in those comms and getting the advantages for their team. But Senti with this operator, terrible choice in skin, by the way, but we won't say anything about that. Take the shot. Take the shot.
Did not
able
the
to
trigger.
Yeah, not able to find either of those, but Best is still on site.
Oh, he was dancing around, looked like a chicken with his head cut off, but he still managed to find elimination. With Justin here, gonna have to pick off a 1v3, and he already got 1 elimination, gets a second there, gonna look for the third, only 7 HP left, and his opponent standing behind the green box. You gotta wonder if he's gonna find him in time, but Limon Wei is having his way right now with the Scarlet Knights, getting them back onto the W of the scoreboard.
Yeah, and great play from Justin there to turn what would have been a 2v1 into 2 unique one-on-ones as they were able to take down Adam Solomon first, but Limon Wei says better Omen wins, and Limon Wei is really trying to will this team to victory right now. They retrieve that operator. This is going to be the first time we see it in the hands of Lee. Oh, we're going to have an op battle, aren't we?
Oh, baby, this is it. This is what you love to see right now. The purest FPS battle there is. Op versus op. Who's going to land the shot first? Best shows up to the operator battle with an AR and takes down Limon Wei, giving the operator over to another member of the UH Premier. But then Best just walks into his opponent's fire, taking him down, evening up the score here at 4 apiece.
And what are these one-taps? They have been from Rekt, we've seen them from Justin, and now Best gets one of their own. But as I say that, Justin spots 2 players top middle for the side of UH Premier, and they are all 4 stacked strong. You cannot take this fight if you are Justin, because you will get immediately traded back.
Koi moving up here with his team, leading the charge, him and Reyna as they should. And now with the orb getting taken, he's only going to be one ultimate point away from having his available. So that second life on Phoenix is going to be very crucial. Direct spraying and praying through that smoke, just trying to find a shot on nobody for the time being. But the push is going to come through. Sensi is going to meet Adam with a shot to his body. Lamp and Rex lighting up as well. So now the Scarlet Knight's going to have just one member left to deal with, and that's going to be an operator on the point. But Justin will respond, taking him down and then securing an operator for the Scarlet Knights. 7-3 going into round 11.
And Beanies, one thing I do want to point out, whoa, we're going to see a double op. Okay. We're gonna get back to that point, but one thing I do want to point out is this is a defensive-sided map, right? CTs have all the advantage in the world. They have to come to you. You don't push them. So optimal half right here, you would say, is about 7-5. If you're on the attacking side, that would be extremely winnable. But if you're UH Premier, you at least got to get another round on the board, because all it takes is for Rutgers to win the next pistol. If they hit 8 rounds, that's, I mean, it just becomes a really, really uphill battle at that point, and it's Justin going nuts.
Justin and Bess going to be trading out their lives for pistol eliminations there. So what looks like to be a save round coming in here from UH Premier could possibly turn into a W for them as long as they play this right. Senti giving up his positioning here on the back of the point, showing he has an operator. And now that Reyna ultimate is going to be popped, so that's a full commit coming in here from Houston. And Adam is going to make sure that that investment paid off. That's one elimination here for the Reyna, who is looking for a second, but the operator shot will not connect. And with Rex taking an updraft into the top tiers here, the nosebleeds are going to fall down to the ground, and Eric Appleton will meet him with a tough landing. But then Eric meets his counterpart, and in the Cypher versus Cypher, it's going to be Eric walking away with that W. 7-4 here going into the last round.
That should not have been that close for UH Premier. They did a phenomenal job starting on pistols and winning that round against a double op setup. I mean, I've never seen something like that happen. So props to UH Premier. They have all the weaponry in the world right now. They have an op, they have Vandals and full shields on everybody. So again, the optimal half they're looking for, 7-5, and they're right back in this thing.
Yeah, and kudos to Adam Salam for being so courageous, I guess you could say, to hit that ultimate when you're down 2-3, pick up the first elimination and snowball that into UH's hands. Very nicely done there by them, who, as you said, are very much so looking for a round win before going into half. And now with trades coming out, it's going to be a 4 versus 4 here, with A site yet again being the choice of the push. But there's the commit. It's coming out now. All members are moving towards the site there. Omen left in the back is going to be picking off Rect with his operator, setting up a 4 versus 3 controlling of the site here for University of Houston Premier.
Yeah, this is going to be a very difficult retake. Adam Solomon in held position. It looks like we have Lee Munway, who's going to be holding that operator in the main, as finds another one onto Best. I mean, you have to take this battle because it's the last round, but traditionally you're looking at a save as Senti gets one with the shock dart. Makes it a little bit more winnable. Oh, don't be. Adam Solomon able to get the job done. Justin just made this extremely winnable. You got to stick the bomb. Pros don't fake all wing. Can you get your first kill? It's it out. Okay, but I mean.
Oh, he gives up his spot. He takes him down. He's not going to get the defuse, but honestly, he gets the elimination. He teleports away, and he gets to keep that gun going into the next round, right?
I believe it's
Switching sides.
No, I believe he gets to keep that gun going into the next round. He lived. Changed my
And if
view.
our observers can bring up the scoreboard real quick, I want to take a look at something. Yeah, I totally agree with what they just did, because Wing still has that donut. Just telling them you can't even get a kill with your ultimate is, I mean, that's just pouring salt in the wound at this point. We saw the tactical crouching come out after the kill, but that's making a statement.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at the other end of that coin, though, you have Adam and Koi topping out the leaderboard there for UH Premier, and specifically Adam Solomon is absolutely crushing it here on this Reyna. The type of agent you want to see having a feast or famine style game, because right now Reyna is absolutely feasting, and getting a chance to be on the defense, they're going to have an opportunity to really set themselves up for a Game 1 victory. But Senti putting a foil in those plans for the time being, dropping one. But Wing holding down on the point here, gonna try and take as many Scarlet Knights as he can with him, and that's gonna be 2 coming down with him.
Spike
But
planted.
the Scarlet Knights responding with some kills of their own, ultimately taking control of the bomb site and having a 3 versus 2 advantage.
Did Wing just come back from vacation?
player
Is he gonna get
remaining.
there? Oh, no, but Eric Appleson definitely did. Oh my gosh. Eric Appleson, what was that? We saw it in the opening round, or excuse me, the second round of this map, and we see it here again. Eric with a ghost is scary.
You know what Eric Appleson's favorite book is?
Please don't say something stupid. I don't want to have to cast around by
The
myself
Giving
again.
Tree. Because he keeps handing out these L's.
Right, and just like that, Beans is in another timeout as we move in to round number 14. This is UH Premier's chance to tie it up. Beans, I had faith in you. Look at these one-ways. Wait, timeout. Can we go back to, I believe that's going to be Lamp. Lamp just set up 2 amazing one-ways for a site. If they... Excuse me, not Lamp. Who is that? That's going to be... Eric Appleson. Yes, Eric. Oh, they messed these colors up so bad on this new patch. But Eric Appleson has 2 one-way set up on a main. So if Rutgers tries to push this, this is not going to be pretty.
Yeah, it's going to be a very slow-moving offense here for the Scarlet Knights. They still have yet to really reveal their intentions with a split push coming out here. 3 on A, 2 on B. Even that's a little bit of a push right there because we have 1 standing in A site. But on the other hand, Houston, they're loving this right now. They're just trading out shock darts for the time being. They have their Sova using that utility. They've gotten some decent damage down onto the Scarlet Knights, Omen, and Breach. So any kind of advantage you can create for yourself on the defense will be useful once that go button is finally pressed. And it looks like the Scarlet Knights are just hovering over it right now, and they do, in fact, drop that spike there and they out-rotate for the time being, but that just leaves open the middle of the map. Limon Way and company are going to charge through this door here, but then they get flanked on by Justin, who gets a nice elimination coming up from the backside, setting up a 4 versus 3, and UH really have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, and this is going to be a difficult retake for UH. It's a 3v4, make it a 4v2. You might cut your losses and save, but the Stingers go to work. Wing, can you make some magic happen? No, the wings of the Eagle have been clipped, as have UH's Premiers of tying the map back up.
Yeah, 8-6 now. Scarlet Knights have given up the lead they once held. That was, I believe it was it 6-2 or 7-2 at max at one point, because it was dang near close to those, if not that. And now you see it's just a 2-round difference here. So UH Premier absolutely showing off that their defense can match that of the Scarlet Knights. And again, I just love to point out Adam Solomon on this Reyna. I play Reyna a lot myself, so whenever you get to see a Reyna absolutely frag out in a game like this, it's always so exciting. The outplays, oh, out of this world here, Speezy.
Oh, absolutely. I love a good Empress outplay. Eric Appleton, this is your weapon, the Bucky. Your time to shine. Breaks the trip and immediately gets blasted down. Is wrecked, but traded back by Bess. Oh, Leland Way slips under the door and is almost able to get out, but not able to do so. That was a beautiful play.
Yeah, flexing and shorty muscles right there. You love to see it. And with a 2 versus 3 left here, it's going to be Houston pushing up from heaven here on A site. They have the high ground here, but if you ask Obi-Wan, that doesn't guarantee a W.
It doesn't, but you know what does guarantee the W is Lamp, who was hanging out in B main just waiting for the peak. It was cat and mouse. And you say it was a 2v3, it might have really been a 3v1 because Wing was left with Adam Solomon, and right now, Wing, I don't know if you really count as a player.
Hey, he's gotten 2 eliminations. My man's climbing up to the top. He's still contributing on this Sova here, so he can still make some magic happen. He's got 7 assists leading up the team, so if he was on another agent, those 7 assists might not even be there. So shout out to Wing. I respect the bottom of the leaderboards for the contribution they can still make. But when you're playing Jet and you're at the bottom of the leaderboard, that's when we gotta start asking questions. Looking at that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it a couple times. We've all been there. Jet is the Yasuo of this game. 0-10 power spike is real. You know, it takes a while for some of us to get going as a strong mid take comes in here from the side of Rutgers. Oh, is there a gap in this smoke? It looks like it. Did Koi spot one? Oh, you sneaky beaver, you Koi. Looks like Best is trying to line up a fault line here for Koi, but not in the position they would have hoped.
Oh, and there it goes. The Breach Ultimate is coming out, and that could be the go button from the Scarlet Knights, but you don't see the kind of execute that you would expect. Nobody coming up through main just yet, and Wing is actually waiting here on the backside, going to trade out his life for one. Ultimately going to be worth it, but Koi and Adam absolutely rolling the Scarlet Knights right now, flexing the muscles of the duelists in this game.
These duelists are ridiculous. When you think of the word duelist, Adam Solomon and Koi have to come to mind. They're doing exactly what they're meant to do. Did you see that frag and then the immediate invulnerability from Adam Solomon right there on that B site? That was ridiculous. Instantly, as soon as that frag came out, devours it and maneuvers their way into Boathouse and allows Koi to pick up the frag. That was beautiful teamwork right there from the side of UH Premier.
And now back again to this 2-round difference. The Scarlet Knights have still maintained their lead, but UH Premier are fast approaching. Oh, Adam Solomon was mere centimeters from spotting the Scarlet Knights offense as Wrecked looks to take out an opponent with a pistol, and yes, that is going to be one elimination there. The Sheriff has rolled in the town, ladies and gentlemen, and that's going to be yet another drop there. 2 down here for the defense as Houston is going to have to recoup and go for the retake. Lee Monway is making it a hell of a lot easier, getting one with the operator.
Oh, and the fault line almost able to find one. Gonna push Koi a little bit out more than they expected to. UH Premier, you gotta cut your losses here. You have the operator, and as I say that, Lee Monway is gonna fall down. Pull a save. I think with the way things are set up right now, we're not seeing a good enough economy building, I would say, from UH Premier. Each round, I haven't seen them pull a save once. They've just been running and gunning and Wing. Gonna do the right thing. Full shields and a Phantom. That's 3,900 credits. Keep that in your back pocket. See if you can find an exit frag, my friend.
And I think that's gonna be the name of the game here, and that doesn't even have the Phantom out, but he hears the footsteps.
Oh, he saw one.
Comes in, and nope, no exit frags to be found, and that's going to be round 18 coming up here, ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else's. We have what looks to be UH Premier's hopes possibly fleeting. If they lose this round, Speezy, their economy is going to be in shambles next round. They are very desperate for a victory here in round 18, and they are set up to do so. And Eric Appleson coming out with the Bucky. I'm rooting for you, Eric. Make sure you put on a show for us with that beautiful Bucky.
Yeah, we've seen the Bucky do some work today. I'm more of a judge guy myself. Oh, that's a beautiful cam spot right there. Wow, that's going to spot any kind of play coming from short. Wing standing strong by themselves. Finds two. Okay, Wing, big dog's got to eat, stepping it up. What a hold from Wing, who hasn't done much fragging this game, but able to find those 2 important frags, making that save count. As Senti gets out with the operator. Neural Theft's gonna come in and reveal the positions of Senti, as well as Lamp and Rutgers Scarlet Knights. We just saw UH Premier do it, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but that save has to come through.
Yeah, and it's a 2 versus 3, so it's gonna be hard to fully commit to that idea. They're gonna try and make an attempt at the site here, possibly. They're being very cautious to get over to B site because the bomb is down. If you take a look at the upper left corner of your screen here, folks, that bomb is down, so that's going to be very difficult to get past it. Yeah, look at that defense you have set up by UH Premier. They are fully aware of the objective at hand. They do not need to get kills to win the round.
30 seconds
just
left
need to survive the round. So as long as that happens, UH is sitting pretty. And they do actually give up a life here. Eric Appleson gonna drop. Lamp's gonna pick up one. Then you guys for the 1 versus 1, but Wing coming up from the bottom of the scoreboard to pick up a 4K at the most needed time here for UH Premier.
Wing, I owe you a sincere apology, my friend. A huge 4K to bring it back. We talked about the save last round, and that Phantom proves to be huge, because Wing finds 4 frags and makes it count. still a 2-round score still a 2-round score differential. So still a bit of an uphill battle, but Wing makes it a little bit closer with that huge 4K.
And I just want to point out that even though that was a round 1 there, you do have 4 members of UH Premier falling. So their economy is still on a knife's edge. They cannot afford to lose a round here. They need to get not only a round victory, they need a convincing round victory to come out here. Because if they can get that economy stabilized, they can flip this map on its head against the Scarlet Knights, who seem to be struggling on offense a little more than they were on defense here. And that's going to be exactly the opening that Houston needs, as Adam, playing with fire, going to peek out just a little too early. The paranoia going to blind his view, and Justin picking up a 2K. Eric, the lone elimination provided for UH Premier, as it's left with a 4-versus-1 here against Lehman Way, who is shown to be proficient with this operator, but you can't do much against a Jet. And just like that, Rutgers takes an 11-8 lead here. And it's going to be interesting to see the decisions made by UH in this round.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Beanies, I'm very surprised that Rutgers has been struggling to find consistency on offense, right? On their defensive side, they were so aggressive, pushed everything, and contested every angle. But it seems on the attacking side, they are a bit more methodical, which it usually goes the other way around. So very curious what these IGLs have been practicing, because this is not what I expected to see from Rutgers.
Well, it's 11-8 now, and Houston, you gotta think, is feeling pretty surprised too, because going into this game, Houston was technically the leader of the group because they had not given up a single map so far in Group 3, but they are just 2 rounds away from giving up their first map here, and that's against the Scarlet Knights, who are also vying for that #1 spot going into this weekend. But Koi,
what flank from Koi, finds Senti, almost finds Lamp, but gets shut down. I have to think if Koi had a bit more than a classic there, that would have made the world of a difference.
Yeah, you gotta think anything may have changed his outcome there. Even something as simple as getting yourself a sheriff, as you see Wing has equipped himself with. Very useful.
Too late.
That's
what a shot. Best
Oh
through
my
a
god.
smoke. Finds Eric Appleton's head. Gonna leave the operator down on middle, and it looks like they are going to take a site. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights looking to get this one to match point, but Lehman Way and Wing have a hope. They have a prayer. Let's see if they can hold it down, because there's a weapon right in front of Lehman Way.
Can we go back to whoever was juggling that? I wanted to see that. I think that was a omen for the Scarlet. Yeah,
Justin was juggling that. That's a huge play to move the operator that much further from Lehman Way and Wing. What a 5-head play from Justin. And he does that.
You know what? It's the caster curse. It's our fault for talking about it. Sorry for causing you that kind of distress there, Justin, but that death results in giving away the position of Wing, and Wrecked is just going to get in his face with a classic and end his round 20 hopes. And loading into round 21 here, Speezy, we are looking at our first match point of the evening, with the Scarlet Knights setting themselves up for a map 1 victory.
Yeah, they're putting themselves in a really good position right here. They have 4 match points to play with, so they can try and do a couple of different things. They can get a bit experimental, or they can just stick with what's working. Play a bit slower, play more methodical, and wait for those picks and trades to come in. So I expect we're going to see a bit more of that, but we do see Cypher going to hang out in B lobby, because Koi last round, that flank made the world of a difference onto B middle, and they were able to take one down. But Ultimate's getting used off the rip. I would have thought we were watching a Sentinels game, and Sinatra was just going huge, but Senti and Rek both find a kill, and that's a huge frag from both of them, because Eric Appleton and Adam Solomon, the 2 top fraggers and 2 outstanding performers for the side of UH Premier, fall. This is up. This is really just up for the taking if you're Rutgers right now.
Lamp gonna be getting Wing right there. And remember, there's only 1 round in the way of Rutgers getting this match 1, or game 1 victory, I should say. But that is going to be a big heal for Koi, getting himself back up to full HP as he faces this 3-versus-2 retake that they have to deal with. And Koi has 2 members in front of him. Lee Munway is going to drop down. Oh, both are going to drop down onto the point. They check hell, but unfortunately the devil is dancing right next to them, and the bomb is going to get a fake defuse, but Lamp's going to meet Koi's fate with a bullet to the face, and as Lee Munway takes down Lamp, it's going to be Senti securing the Game 1 victory here for the Scarlet Knights.
Yeah, and the Scarlet Knights take Game 1 in a pretty back and forth game, I would say. The majority of that game, there was only a 2-round deficit for UH Premier. So very, very well fought out game. That was the pick of the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, no, I misspoke earlier. That was actually Houston's pick of a set, which actually is very interesting to add to the conversation.
That's going to make things a bit more chaotic. As map number 2, we move to Haven. Beanies, what do you expect to see after we saw this map? Both teams are very warmed up now. Haven it's the new type of map, I will say, in tactical shooters, right? The 3 bomb site map. Anything can happen. It's a bit more in favor than most maps that towards the attacking side. I still wouldn't say it's T-sided, but it is a bit more friendly because you can throw anything out. So what do you think is going to happen on this next map?
Well, I'm thinking mostly about what we're going to see in terms of Killjoy and Cypher, because I think this map is going to be where those changes are going to be the most damning. This map is going to be where Killjoy is most likely to be 40 meters away or more from her turret. This map is where you can see a Cypher leave some traps and leave some camera setup on one side of the map and then go on to help the other side. This is where you're going to see these kinds of nerfs come into play, and I think it's going to be interesting to see how it's dealt with. Cypher, losing his life, we talked about, is going to be detrimental, but Killjoy losing out the ability to use her utility and her turret from over 40 meters away really makes you question about how these teams are going to use these agents in their rotations. And then going forward, I want to see if we can get more of Adam Solomon on this Reyna, because as we look at the scoreboard here, it is going to be Koi picking up that higher average combat score, ultimately putting them higher on the leaderboard. But Adam Solomon was really the standout performer there for Houston for most of the game, and I think both of our opinions. Yeah,
definitely Adam Solomon was the player that I was very impressed with on the side of University of Houston. And not to be outdone, but best. I know you weren't top fragging. They didn't have the highest combat score, but very impressed with some of the shots Best was hitting and the way they were able to engage and be that go button for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. It was aftershock and flashpoint after flashpoint that found blinds for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and Best did a very standout job. So Map 1 is in the books. We're moving to Haven on Map 2. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else, stick around, because when we come back, Round 2, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights against UH Premier with the #1 seed on the line.
Take it back, your heart still spinning inside your orbit. I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you still make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Pull me back, take my hand, call my name. You understand, I wanna stay. I don't wanna walk away. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. Just my luck. Put me away. You understand. There's nothing left to say. Pull me back.
work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show. Yeah, somewhere deep inside of you, I know you want me. You're just afraid to say real love. Now I see you, and I'll make it through to find the life that we once had. I see it now, I feel it now. Real love, now I see you, yeah, you know I do, to make it through the times we had. I see it now, I see it now. Real love, now I break through to show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me, and I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's been a few minutes since we've seen your lovely faces, and I hope you've missed us as much as we missed you, because we have a heck of a college Valorant series here for you guys. CF1, round 3 of Group 3. We've got the Scarlet Knights just picking up a Game 1 victory over UH Premier, the University of Houston. And now going on to Game 2 here, Speezy. We're going on to the map pick of the Scarlet Knights. So map 1 of Ascent was chosen by Houston, and they lost that map. And now going into Game 2, Scarlet Knights chose to go to Haven, but then Houston was able to put themselves on defense. So how are you thinking about this next game?
I'm really optimistic if I'm Rutgers University, to be honest with you. The way we saw them play their defensive side, like I said, it was extremely, extremely aggressive. On a map like Haven, you can afford to take those gambles of a 5-man stack on C site and just entry, because as soon as you find one, most of these times bomb sites are going to have one player holding them, right? So if you have to commit, if you can commit all 5 and take a 5v1, that's going to give you everything you need. And retakes are very difficult on this site depending on your agent selection. So University of Houston, they need to be a bit more calculated with what they do. I wouldn't be shocked if we see the same team comps coming out of both of these teams. I think they worked out pretty well. The one thing I do think we could see is a Viper, believe it or not, just because of the way she can cut off and control a map. I know I say this every time. I wish this is why I'm a caster and not an analyst, right? Because if Viper can cut off the entire side of a map, say you're taking A site on Haven on the attack, right? You go into A short, you throw up the Viper wall, or excuse me, the toxic wall. It's going to cut off everything but Heaven. So when you and your teammates push, you can immediately plant the bomb if you have an Omen, smoke off Heaven, and now the enemy team is playing on a retake. So I think it could work, especially with the changes to Killjoy. I highly doubt we see her. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be anything too out of the ordinary for either of these two teams just yet.
Yeah, and I think the big question in my mind is going to be if we're going to see Best keep that breach in play, or if he's going to swap over to a different agent. I mean, looking over here, we can tell that in CF1, Best has played Sova and Raze, and now adding to that breach. So given his agent pool, and also being the only member of Rutgers to actually flex off their main agent of choice, that really leaves it open to which of these three is going to be best suited for this moment. And I think he pulls out the Sova, unless you're suddenly afraid of an operator over on Houston.
Yeah, I don't see anyone on Houston really doing anything too crazy with the operator. Lee Mun-Wei, we saw it do it last game, as well as I believe it was Adam Solomon picked it up once or twice once Lee Mun-Wei fell. But if we look at the stats from the last couple of weeks that that UH Premier has been playing, they haven't played a Jet, so it's not something that it looks like they're extremely comfortable on. And on a map like Haven, Jet is going to make the world of a difference. So I'm sure we'll see it on the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Senti Suffix has been known to pull out that Jet, posting a 1.08 KD average on that and a 222 average combat score. So I'm looking at Senti to pull out the Jet op combo. If not, I mean, like I said, I really want to see the Viper. I want to see that these two teams can bring something different, especially on a map like this. If you're UH Premier, backs against the wall, the #1 seed is on the line, you have to throw something different because the VODs are up on these teams. They can do some research on each other.
Yeah, and speaking about doing some research, they're going to be having to gather a whole bunch of intel to make this game successful here, because one of the key parts of this 3-bomb map is being fully aware of your opponent's location, specifically on the defense. You want to make sure that you can, if not predict, then properly sniff out your opponent's rotations, because when they suddenly go to C site and out of nowhere it gets real quiet, that's when you gotta start thinking about, oh no, are they gonna be dropping the bomb on A in about 5 seconds on me? And this questions and more are going to be on the mind of Houston, who, as we said, chose to start defense on this map. And taking a look at the agent selections here, the only main difference we see from this game, by the looks of it, I think Rect and Adam just swapped agents. A gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, it had to be. You know, I think I'm very shocked because, like we said, taking a look at the stats from the last couple of weeks, we haven't seen Adam pull out a Jet. You know, we've seen the Phoenix and we've seen the Reyna, but this is a brand new agent for him. I hope he's been grinding this one in solo queue as map number 2 between the Rutgers Scarlet Knights and UH Premier is underway.
Yeah, and for the time being, Scarlet Knights are going to be moving very slowly here, not fully committing to too much. They have a tripwire set up there on C long just in case any movements try to pass through their spawn there. But they, as I said, they are not looking to cause too much chaos for the time being. They're happy with sounding out their opponents like it's a Hooked on Phonics book. And look at that, Lamp is actually going to be taking down the recon drone, giving away a little bit of intel there to the UH Premier defense. And as you can see, they're going to be sending over their C defender. I believe, yes, that is their Omen. So giving up C control, moving over to A, and I think this push is going to be happening soon, Speezy.
Yeah, I think the collapse is about to come in, but as we say that, UH Premier's got everybody on the rotation already, so they need to find frags, and they need to find them quickly. 2 beautiful Omen smokes blocking off Heaven, as well as CT. Spike's going to go down default. right behind that box there. So this is a very difficult situation for UH Premier to retake, but it's certainly not impossible. So I'm going to go quiet as these teams play out this opening pistol.
Ooh, Adam, a nice little high ground spot here and having them try and rain down Hell. But Eric Appleson gets dropped from Hell, and you know what? 2 versus 2. Trades are coming through, and it's going to be a 3-on-3 for the remaining of this bomb site. And with Wing dropping down 1, Scarlet Knights are really going to start doing the pressure. The bomb is starting to get the fuse, and there's 2 members on the site. Do they have enough time to get the defuse off? It's going to be down to seconds, milliseconds. Is it going to get off, ladies and gentlemen? The bomb does not get defused, and Koi gives up his life for that attempt. The Scarlet Knights take round 1.
Yeah, and I really want to give props to the Scarlet Knights on that round. They didn't use all of their utility just to get on site. Once they had site and they planted that spike, they were patient, they waited, and they basically counter-utility'd the side of UH Premier. We saw a Cypher Cage, we saw another Omen Smoke, and a couple of flashbangs come out from Koi. So very well, or excuse me, not from Koi, from Best, that were able to slow down that retake attempt. So again, very impressive job, and so close. That's a heartbreaking way to start map number 2 if you're UH Premier.
Yeah, but it is only 1 round here, and the Scarlet Knights are hoping to turn 1 round into 2. I'll make sure everybody eats, but Justin actually going to be dropping down Eric Appleson, who I believe was looking to take down his buddy right there, and then Koi trying to take down another Scarlet Knight, and Justin just continuing to play bodyguard here. Unfortunately, that shorty is not going to reach across the bomb site, and Wing, the only member left standing here, with albeit a very pretty ghost. It is just a ghost there, my friend, and I guess you know what? The ghost might be better than the sheriff in this situation because he takes 1 down there, giving him at least 1 elimination.
Yeah, and the player not oh, they're gonna read this one. Oh, Wing just gives away this position in spawn. This is gonna be a quick collapse. Just, excuse me, wrecked with the right click. That's a beautiful skin, by the way. We never see enough of that. I mean, Rutgers, you win the opening pistol, you're expected to win the subsequent round, right? You have the weaponry, you have the util. Other teams not going to really upgrade, so we can get this 3rd round gun round, but this is a bonus round right now for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights. I'm really impressed with the way they're managing this, albeit it's only 2 rounds, but going for this bonus round, if they can get this is huge, because now you have upgraded weaponry, and you don't have to spend anything for it.
And the eco. UH Premier has goose eggs across the board in their credit banks. So this round here for UH Premier is so crucial for them to come out on top of. If they cannot, we don't even need to go there, actually. We'll let that be a bridge we cross when we get to it. For the time being, though, the Scarlet Knights do look like they're targeting A site yet again. And as Adam is getting pressured down into the Hell region, he is going to actually take down Senti with his back against the wall. That's 2 eliminations. Make that 3 for the Jet from University of Houston. 4th, actually winning out against the judge in the judge's preferred range. That's incredible right there. Adam is absolutely on fire.
Adam going ballistic right now with that 4K on Jet. If it was Arena, it would have been even more impossible for Rutgers to keep track of him. But spots the head, better Omen, better Cypher's gonna win this one. Can Lamp find the right click? They have 50 HP, gonna do a little jiggle peek. Hive Mind Spectre out, there goes the Cypher Cage, and Eric Appleson says, I don't care about your cage, I know where your head is. Blast him for the final kill to get UH Premier on the board.
And there we go. We don't even have to go to what would have happened if they lost it, because UH Premier wins that round, and they win it pretty convincingly here. If we could take a look at the scoreboard, just to see what their eco's looking like, yeah, infinitely better than it was last time. Everyone had 0s at the end of that, at the start of last round, and now everyone's looking significantly better. Still, though, UH cannot let up on the gas pedal here. If they want to take control of this game, they need to squash the Scarlet Knights, and the Scarlet Knights eco is starting to look very dampened right now. So UH is sitting very pretty to take control of this entire game here just by winning this next round.
They certainly are. Lee Munway is going to be on top of the boxes, doing a lot of work. And I want to bring up the fact that Lee Munway on the Omen has decided to go with the Phantom. I think it's a great choice. You know, we see all of these online battles, Phantom versus Vandal, Vandal versus Phantom. And especially on a character like Omen, if you can play in those smokes with a Phantom, the enemy team can't see your bullets. That's not going to allow them to have any clue where you are. So very, very impressed with the game knowledge from Lee Mun-wei on UH Premier. So for those of you who are trying to climb in solo queue, if you're playing a character with smoke grenades, make sure you're using a weapon that doesn't have tracers like the Vandal. But anyways, back to the round as we have a very hard execute onto A site for Rutgers. Spike's going to make its way onto site in the hands of Best. Best going to plant that bomb default and a retake. This is similar to what we saw in round number 1. What a Phoenix Molly right there. Because after so many feet, the Phoenix Molotov just dropped straight down. Lee Mun-wei going to find a kill on the Justin. That's the Omen dip that they always talk about. But Rex goes huge on the Reyna, repositions. Going to take the dart out, and it's a 3v3. So still very winnable, and still a lot of util left to be used.
Yeah, the Scarlet Knights are really going to have their work cut out for them in a 3 versus 2 here. Houston is looking very good, but that's going to be 1 going down for Houston. Make that 2 going down. Make that 3 going down. Lamp turning on the light switch there and showing off what he can do, picking up a 3K, and that's going to be the Scarlet Knights winning out on round 4.
Lamp doing their best Drake impression, flips the switch and goes ballistic. What a spray transfer onto the head of Adam Solomon right there to clean up the round. I don't even know what to say. That's just pure gun skill right there.
And that's what you love to see in those clutch, crucial moments there on bomb sites. And now with a 3-1 score for Rutgers, both teams are able to supply themselves with a decent bit of firearms there. Wayne going with the Sheriff. We've seen him quite proficient with that previously, but they'll have to show us again on a whole separate map here. And Senti actually taking down Koi, so that's going to be Scarlet Knights opening up the advantage there for them with a 5 versus 4. And those default shock arrows were a good idea, but unfortunately nobody's home when you came and knocked it.
And look at the mini-map right now. It looks like we have Lamp and Wrecked on the rotation. Lamp is about to find 2 players in their spawn. If we can click number 6 on the observers. Thank you, observers. Amazing. Lamp is gonna destroy right here. Oh, but as I say that, of course, Caster's Curse, there's going to be 3 players. Oh, no. This is the Jet ulti, a Cypher, and a Silva. 1, 2, oh! Lamp! It's blasted, but kills. Able to make enough of a distraction for his teammates to clean those kills up. Beautiful play right there from from Lamp as well as Rec to go on the flank. And I like what Rutgers did right there. They ran what you would, let's call it a split push. It is what it is. They sent 2 players A without the spike, 3 went B, 3 went C, opened up the site, got the spike down, and those 2 players on A just collapsed from spawn. So very, very impressive stuff right there from Rutgers. And I don't know who the IGL is on that team, but props to them because they've been doing some stratting.
Well, that's really the name of the game on offense. You gotta make sure you can execute these site takes, and Justin makes it a hell of a lot easier taking control of the site when you drop 1, but Lee Mun-wei and Adam each responding with some eliminations of their own, so giving us a little bit of a back and forth here and ultimately calming down with a 3-2 in favor of our offense. So now with the bomb firmly in control of Best, they will be looking to take control of A site, I do believe, in. It doesn't look very promising for Houston as their closest member is going to be Adam on this Jet, who is just dancing between B and A, not really committed to either site. And ooh, she's going to be running into a tall task here as the entire remaining Scarlet Knights lineup is going to be peeking out. At the same time, Jet is going to be getting up to heaven.
Yeah, I'm expecting to see a double peek here. Oh, as I say that, Senti just drops Adam Solomon and Lee Mun-wei. I know it's only a 1v3. It's certainly doable, but you have this operator, you have 50 shields. This is a lot. This is 6,000 credits that go down the drain if they die. Oh, but through the Reyna eye, able to find a kill, but definitely not worth the return on investment as Rutgers gonna post round number 6 on the attacking side. And look at the fragging right now. It's pretty even across the board, I would say, on the side of Rutgers. Everybody's getting their job done, as well as on the side of UH Premier. And now I really want to look at the ultimate usage, right? The ultimate economy is something that we don't talk about too much because 4 ultis ready for UH Premier, 3, almost 4 for the side of Rutgers. This can be, the next couple of rounds, we're going to see ultimate after ultimate. So who's going to better manage this and who's going to play off of their ultimates better is going to be the name of the game right now.
Exactly so. And as you say that, We do have a ultimate coming out here. It's going to be one used just for the time being there. As you may... No one coming out of garage just for the time being. So it's going to be very crucial to see how that is going to be used. But Koi cannot find anyone. He barely avoids getting dropped and actually does eliminate Best. So that's going to be a crucial elimination. And then Rex gets dropped as well. With the Empress going, it's going to be such a crucial elimination to lose that ultimate, excuse me. And that's going to lead into 2 more eliminations from UH Premier. I mean, Speezy, this is looking like a clean ace coming out from Houston.
Yeah, it may be the flawless, but I don't think Senti will let them get the chance. He's got to get out with that operator. Again, 5,000 credits. You can only bank 9,000, so a lot of work to do. That's a wall bangable spot. You can hit that. What a round from UH Premier to take their second.
Yeah, really nicely done there by UH Premier, coming out with a much-needed round win, giving us a 5-2 scoreline. And I think one of the big things that they did there as a team is they really just picked up their gunfights and they won by peeking angles a little more passively. They're not taking these gunfights against Scarlet Knights. I think they're expecting to see multiple members now of the Scarlet Knights peaking very aggressively, as we've seen Justin already do time and time again. And I guess that kind of unchecked aggression needs a little bit of time to get adjusted to. We may be seeing University of Houston now fully equipped to deal with that from Scarlet Knights.
Absolutely, and I think they held a couple of off angles there, right? Off angles, for those of you that don't know, are something that would not traditionally be checked. So like this angle Justin's holding right here, I mean, it's pretty standard setup. You expect to see it from everyone and everything. But as I say that, Justin gonna plant the spike on B site and run straight out. This is difficult. They have guarding control. They have control of their spawn. Pros don't fake, right, Beans?
Pros do not fake, my friend. Pros stick it or kick it. And now it's gonna be the bomb gang stuck, but Senti actually will kick the bucket there for Koi, and the spray and pray is just coming through there for the smoke, as the Scarlet Knights are fully aware of where they need to shoot at. It's just a matter of making sure they don't give up the bomb site. And there's going to be one member left standing here, as the Scarlet Knights just have to take on this 2 versus 1. Wing is going to try and do anything he can to fly away with this victory, or even fly away with the operator for that matter, because he wants to get out of dodge here with a much needed save. But Wrecked, hot on his tail, is going to be finding the shot, and Wrecked actually goes down to the bomb. So ultimately, a Scarlet Knights round victory, but UH does save that operator.
Yeah, at what cost? Look at the economy again on the side of the Scarlet Knights. Huge save right there from Wing. Very well done. And look at Wing, top of the scoreboard, flying high. Love to see that. Go ahead and fly on, young fella. Is Wing going to keep this operator and watch Garage? Because if so, that is a huge angle to watch. We've seen Scarlet Knights time and time again try and take control of that garden and grass area. So if you can send that operator into Garage, you might find a pick. But 3 players into B on UH Premier, that's an interesting choice. I don't know that we would ever see that ever again.
I mean, I would love to see these kinds of creative strategies come out, and honestly, that's not the only thing coming out here, as an ultimate's going to be used there by Best to take out one, but Wing is able to pick up an elimination as they exit the site. Trades coming through here, leaving us with a 3 versus 3, with Bomb still in control of the Scarlet Knights, actually getting that plant down, giving us a 3 versus 3 with the site now flipped, in control of the offense. Ooh, that wall bang, knocking on heaven's door right there. Justin barely playing with that. He gets out completely fine for the time being.
Yeah, just barely split the uprights, did Wing with that wall bang. They know the last player's long. They have to know. They saw where the recon bolt came from. Not even.
Oh, he doesn't know where the bomb is.
Yeah, Senti, not even close. Didn't know where the bomb was. I have to kind of blame his teammates on that one. You can bring up the minimap and ping the bomb, but very clean round from UH Premier. I know I flamed your default setup there with 3 players in B site, but hey, if it gets the job done, it gets the job done.
Yeah, you need that kind of craziness to make some magic happen here. And, you know, we only have 3 rounds left in this first half, and the Scarlet Knights on offense are getting them, or excuse me, have secured themselves with at minimum a tie going into the next half. So it's really into UH's court to make sure that they can get themselves the halftime score, because that would be a fantastic outlook on what looked to be a very difficult half at the start of it.
Yeah, I think Haven's one of those maps where you can certainly bank on seeing a 6-6, as well as you can bank on yourself getting punished if you dry peek wing like that, or any operator player for that matter. No, Adam, don't do this. You have 8 bullets left. You have to reload, right? He won't.
No.
Surely he won't. Oh, just dodging it, doing his best Jackie Chan impression, but Koi able to get the trade and punish. UH Premier, they look like they have the economy. Look at Wing, 9,000 credits. He's maxed out. Gonna buy for a teammate here. I would not be shocked I would be shocked to see if they don't. There it is. The buy comes through. And look at the economy of Rutgers. They have only dropped 2 rounds in a row, but they, in that round that they lost, invested so much. 4 players fell during that round. So it's a, you win, like I said, you win the round, but at what cost, right?
And when it comes to specifically economy in this round, if UH wins this in this round right now, round 11, then Scarlet Knights have nearly nothing to work with in round 12. So this is huge right now for Houston to get a W win. And off the back of Eric and Adam, they may be doing just that. They are wiping the floor with the Scarlet Knights, whose offense was falling apart, and even through the smoke, Eric Appleson, thanks to some help from a recon guard, was able to sniff out the remaining Scarlet Knight. And now, in round 12, the Scarlet Knights are going to be strapped for cash and just barely able to pull out some full buys.
Yeah, I mean, the double op setup coming out from UH Premier, they have so many credits in the bank. I wouldn't be surprised to see Wing buy everybody a sidearm. And look, I looked like Lee Munway was gonna buy an additional rifle in case they whiff the shot. They can spray the enemy team down, because retaking, if the spike gets planted by Rutgers on a double op setup, very difficult.
Oh, and Wing's going to get pushed out of Garage there by Senti, who is going to be using that Silva ultimate just to zone. No eliminations found for the time being, as it looks like A site may be the choice for the Scarlet Knights. They did have the most success when pushing this bomb site, and Justin's going to open it up with an elimination there on the Adam, who has maintained that spot in hell. So maybe a little too predictable with that defensive hold there, but the Scarlet Knights are still going to have themselves a task to deal with here, as Cypher ultimate is available, and 1 elimination is all it's going to take to find out every location of Scarlet Knights roster.
Yeah, the neural theft available on both teams. I don't think anyone else is close to their ultimates just yet, so we just need 1 frag, and either of these Cyphers can find the neural theft. They're going to push this as Koi and Wing. There goes the Cypher neural theft. It's a 1v2, but every position is known. Lehman Way, 1v1. And look at Senti, just chilling, casually. They know what they're doing. They're waiting out the time, and that's going to do it. A 7-5 half for Rutgers. Very strong performance from them, but UH Premier had a couple of extremely clean rounds, and I'm excited to see what they can do on the opposite sides.
Yeah, exactly. Scarlet Knights started off very strongly. You can see on the scoreboard there with a 4-1 lead, ultimately 5-2. But then you have UH Premier storming back there towards the later stages of the half. And now, as we go into our second half of combat here, UH Premier is going to be looking to make some magic happen here on the offense. Now, UH Premier, remember, UH Premier chose defense as their starting side. So choosing defense, they only got to 5-round victories. We'll have to see if that really leads to much else in this offense here. Maybe they were playing a little bit of a gotcha game right there, making the Scarlet Knights think that they weren't confident in their offense, and then boom, they whip out the good sauce.
Yeah, whipping out the good sauce is wrecked right there. Finds a 1-tap onto a player. I couldn't tell who it was. It looked like it's going to be the Jet of Adam Solomon. So Adam already brought low. There's no Sage to save you now. That was a great shot. I think if you're going to do something like that, if you're UH Premier, you have to commit extremely fast, because if you peek 1 by 1 by 1, Rec's going to punish you just like they just did and possibly find a frag next time.
Ooh, Justin's looking for 2 frags. He right-clicks Koi, but cannot connect on the headshots. Eric Appleson also getting an elimination there. So UH, yet again, they've shown to be very proficient in pistol rounds previously. And this is no surprise right here, as Koi comes up from the flank, but Lehman Way is going to land the killing blow. And Best trying his best to maintain the Scarlet Knights position here in the round, but with only 3 HP left here, for bests and what looks like 15 HP for Rect. No, 21, I stand corrected. But nonetheless, UH Premier seems all but secured in winning this pistol round.
Yeah, it looks like UH Premier has the upper hand when it comes to these pistols. That's now 3 of 4, if I'm not mistaken, that they've won. So they look confident in these weapons. I don't really know what those starting strats are. Again, 3 players just kind of swinging slowly out of the window. Not the greatest idea, but hey, it gets the job done. It works, and it makes me eat my words. So UH Premier gonna make it 1 round away from tying this game up. This is going to get extremely interesting from here on out.
Yeah, and I think on the other side of the coin, where we've talked about the performance a lot from University of Houston, and now how they're going to be going into this offensive round here with a Bulldog full buy there from Adam Solomon. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But the Scarlet Knights here, them being on the defense, they're going to have to handle what could be a difficult task here with this new Cypher change. If they can maintain keeping their Cypher alive, it won't really matter too much at the end of the day. But if they do lose out on that tripwire safety, then they might be falling into some difficult spots. So we'll have to see if he can keep himself alive, and if we can see the Reyna getting the effectiveness that we would expect a Reyna to get. And Wrecked right there is not proving to be useful on this agent just yet. So we 1, 2, 3 members just mowed down here in a bloody Valentine. Thank you from Lehman Way, as UH even us up here at 7 rounds apiece.
Now, Beans, I have to ask you, were you a fan of Game of Thrones?
I was, yes.
That looked like the Red Wedding. Line them up, knock them down. That was bloody for you, for the side of Rutgers.
You can talk about that. You can talk about the Valentine's Day massacre, for crying out loud. It just didn't look good. The Scarlet Knights just funneled into a tight corridor, and University of Houston was lying in wait there, and they capitalized beautifully. And they gave us a tied-up game here. 7 rounds apiece. Speezy, this is exactly what you want to see from the 2 teams competing for that #1 spot in the group.
It certainly is, and it's going to make all the world of a difference for this weekend. That #1 seed going to have a better chance, or an easier team to play against, as the way seeding traditionally works. And Senti knows how headshots work, because able to find Koi on a beautiful shot. Dragon Vandal buff. But I do want to point out the fact that Rutgers played on the first map. Their defensive side was extremely aggressive, and take a look at how they're playing this second one as well. Extremely aggressive. They are pushing everything. That last round where they got massacred, they pushed straight down B middle and straight onto C long. This round, they pushed straight out again into garage. That was, I mean, this could be their downfall, but right now it seems to be getting the job done.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be something that we have to keep an eye on, because when you have that kind of aggression, it can really get punished quite easily. When you get aggressive, especially in tactical shooters, you're going to have to make sure your aim can back up your positioning, and quite frankly, the Scarlet Knights are able to do just that with these defensive plays, but it's on the knife's edge, really, when you make that kind of investment in performance. So we'll have to see if that's going to be a continuous strategy, or if that's just going to be a dime a dozen look to keep UH on their toes, as Scarlet Knights and the rest of the company are going to just, for the time being, hold B and C predominantly, give A over to their Cypher, who is going to be in for a rude awakening in about 15 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. And if I'm UH Premier, you know, the one adaptation I really think they should make is slow things down. Because, as I say that, Lamp able to find a kill onto Wing. So they are definitely going to hit the go button. Is Rutgers on this full A retake. Spike's getting planted in a very unique position. This is not default. This is a spot you can watch from long A. So props to UH Premier doing a little bit of extra homework to know that, hey, default's not always the best spot. Reyna Eye is going to go out double time.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, Best going to be picking up a 2-piece there. Justin getting one as well. And Eric Appleton going to be doing a little bit of last man standing here, trying to keep his team alive in the fight. But Senti's going to get the defuse off, and Eric is going to choose to save his Vandal for the next round. And that's going to be a choice that I do agree with as well. So nicely done there, even though the Scarlet Knights do come out on top. You gotta salvage whatever little victories you can.
Yeah, you certainly do. And again, UH Premier, I think right now they're in a good position. They really need to slow things down. We haven't seen either team throw out a fake, right? They have an Omen,
Nope.
they have a Sova. Throw out some abilities onto an A site or maybe even B
Senti.
site and just go to the opposite. As we say that, though, Beans brings up a great point. Senti brings out the boomstick. This is going to be a show.
Oh, you love to see it. It's like when Harry Potter gets that shiny new broom, the Nimbus 2000, I think, or something along those lines. Harry Potter fans fact check me, but seeing the operator come out is always a lovely sight.
They found my wife.
We'll have to see if it's put to good use. His lamp is going to get snuffed out there, and it looks like he's holding a shock stick there, as the glitched game does give us a 1 kill for lamp. Eric going to trade it back as well, and quickly a bomb plant is going to go down there by University of Houston. But just as quickly, you're going to see Best use that brief ultimate. Justin just puncturing the point right there, but can't land a killing blow on anybody there from University of Houston. Best, though, is going to pick up the slack where his teammate had left it, giving us a 3-on-2 here for the Scarlet Knights to retake. But Lehman Way is showing that University of Houston may have been down, but they are not out. And with Wing holding over that B window, this is a beautiful position for the University of Houston. They just have to win the gunfights, but Best peeks a little early, gets the gunfight, picks up the 4K, and that's going to be round 10 victory for Rutgers.
And Best doing their best Zipnix impression, able to stick it and almost kind of, I would say, clutch up in a 2v2. Very well done from Best, as that was a huge 4K to secure round number 10 for Rutgers. Beanies, I mean, you're 3 rounds down. It could be series point, right? If you're the side of UH Premier, what are your comms sounding like? What are you telling the boys or girls right now?
You're holding me back. You all stink. I can't believe it.
That's why we're in gold.
Exactly. No, actually, I peaked in flats. So.
Okay. I peaked in middle school, so we can both show off.
Right there.
But I think the comms, the important thing is you have to make sure that you rely on the practice strategies that you have. I mean, the University of Houston is no slouch. They obviously are going to be a team that executes prepared. They have strategies prepared. And it's not a matter of dealing with Rutgers specifically, because these individual players, they run into these types of players every day on the regular ladder, as you see Best helping Rutgers almost pick up an ace here until Eric Appleson has something to say with it. But I think UH Premier, the big thing that they need to do is they need to make sure that they maintain a confident mindset. If one thing can destroy a team's chance of the comeback quickly, it's going to be someone already considering them defeated. And even though Rutgers does get that round win there, their 11th round win, UH still has a chance to fight back. We've seen much larger comebacks in Valorant before.
Ambox.
So it's just
I didn't say that.
It
wasn't me.
Yeah, it wasn't you. I mean, a sneeze. You know, everyone has those. But I think we just need to make sure the University of Houston gets a round win here. Because if you look at the credits that they have available, the next round isn't going to be looking too hot. Best's going to be lining up the garage here as well. Looking for a flash to come through right there. Going to be dropping one. Maybe using the second flash here as he's just holding it. Takes a few shots through the wall. But he's just looking to trade out some bullets here or there with University of Houston, as they have shown to be fully around the C site / garage area. Rector holding down this side for the time being. Nice little tap there, going to be taken down Lehman's way. And then Best is going to be dropped as well by Koi. So now University of Houston has shown some life. 4 versus 3, this is exactly where they want to be. Senti is taking some aim there with the operator. Lamp Rect is taking a few looks around this backside of C, going to find out where University of Houston is, but now Houston is fully aware of their location, of his location as well. And now with the execute coming through, he picks up a 2-tap to the head! What? And now Rec just having to find Eric Appleson. And out of nowhere, a 3 versus 2 turns into a 2 versus 1 for the Scarlet Knights. And Eric Appleson, with 46 HP here, is going to try and hold it out for Houston. But Rec gets the ace, gets the kill, and he does it in style.
Match point.
Classic. And now, as we have to look for... it's looking tough. There's no way around it. University of Houston, their economy is not where they want to be. They've got Wing sitting at just 3,000 credits. You're going to be buying out Bulldogs with full armor, or you're going with Assault Rifles with light armor. Wing actually going with just the Sheriff. We've seen Wing to be proficient with that pistol, so no surprise right there. And just like that, you see an aggressive Reyna ult coming out from the Scarlet Knights, along with Sensi actually lining up a shot there onto Koi. So now Scarlet Knights are ready to strike at the Juggernaut here of the University of Houston. Rec's going to be taking down one, but Adam still has fight left in him. Wing gets snuffed out there by that Cypher trap, and trying to take control of A site here is going to be University of Houston, as we give them just a moment to breathe here as the offense settles into what could be their final fights of the night here, as the Scarlet Knights are going for that retake here for game and match point. Best lining himself up, trying to move down C along. It's going to be Justin just using that ultimate for scouting, I believe. He gets snuffed out. Adam, stuck between a rock and a hard place, gets met to the head with a bunch of bullets there. Wing, though, showing up. The Sheriff kills 2 kills. Lehman Way as well, and the Scarlet Knights get dropped 1, 2, 3, and out of nowhere. University of Houston, they looked down. They looked out. But off the back of a Sheriff 2-piece, and then Lehman Way coming in with a 2-piece as well. University of Houston is alive and well in this game, ladies and gentlemen. Woo. And unfortunately, Speezy actually had to, or I don't say had to, his PC crashed on him, so he's trying to get himself back in here. So for the time being, it's going to be me talking to you guys one on everybody else in here. It's a good bonding experience for all of us. We get to know each other a little better, because it looks like we might be here for a while. If University of Houston has anything to say about it, guys, I mean, this team has shown to have some life left in them. But Sensi is going to be dropping one, and then the Rex falling up in another. That's Adam and Eric both dropped early on. These 2 members have been so crucial to University of Houston's success here on map 2. And now the Scarlet Knights setting themselves up with a 4-1 advantage. Lehman Way against the world has to deal with everybody firing on him, and the Scarlet Knights are going to win game 2, and they're going to take a 2-0 match victory, securing seed 1 here in Group 3, Round 3. Welcome back, Speezy. We missed you there at the end, buddy, but you still got to see a little bit of the show as the Scarlet Knights took down Houston 2-0.
Yeah, and apologies, ran into some computer issues right there. Got the blue screen of death.
And I don't think I hear Speezy.
No,
but no, I think I just heard him. But regardless of the fact, I think I hear you there, buddy. But the Scarlet Knights, they're the talk of the town right now, because they have secured top spot in Group 3 in Round 3 matches. So now, going ahead into this weekend, the Scarlet Knights are going to be sitting so pretty in that #1 spot there for Group 3. And taking a look at the scoreboard here, folks, you can see the players to watch, even in defeat. Eric Appleson topping out the scoreboard right there. A nice 258 combat score. But Best and Lamp are the 2 we must talk about here from the Scarlet Knight, both of which putting in some big performances there. And you can see, even with what looks like not very stellar KDAs, the Scarlet Knights come out on top, and you can attribute that to their teamwork and potentially their IGLing, I believe, coming in from Bests. Oh, and so as we have just, I believe, a little bit more wrap-ups here for everybody, we have ourselves what looks like a full week of CF1 action coming your way, folks, because not only tonight was some collegiate Valorant action, but later on in the week, we're going to be bringing you more group action here from CF1 as we have to get ourselves to our final competitors for our $7,000 prize pool tournament. That's going to be some sweet scholarship money that these players are all fighting for. And you know what? Even if University of Houston did fall today, it's not like they fell in one-sided fashion. They put up a hell of a good fight. They showed life in their play, and they have a few days before they have to get themselves ready to go for this weekend's action. And so, without further ado, folks, I'm going to end the broadcast tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure bringing you some more CF1 Valorant action here. I've been Beanies. My partner, the new mime in school, Speezy24, has been calling the action alongside with me the entire evening. A quick thank you to our production behind the scenes folks. We got Lawrence and Hyproxima coming in behind the scenes, observing, producing, making sure that everything can go smoothly on our end. So thank you guys for all the hard work you do, and everybody else behind the scenes at CF1. Thank you to everyone watching at home, and we hope to see you on our next broadcast. So please stick around, follow the channel, and stay up to date with all CF1 action. We'll be seeing you soon.
To show to you that I'm more good than I am bad. I work it out, I work it out. And I'll be somewhere that you need me. And I'll be holding my breath, waiting for you to show.